Howdy, howdy. Mile 700. From now on, each video will be a 100-mile stretch. So this will go until mile 800, and then the next one will be from 800 to 900. I am on my way to Dragon's Tooth. I've got about 2.5 miles until that point, and we'll be camping there for the night and hitting a hostel for a resupply in the morning. So I will see you at Dragon's Tooth. Good morning. It is Tuesday, April 29th. Waking up at Dragon's Tooth. Mile marker 704. And yeah, gonna do 2.5 miles to the hostel, resupply, and then do another 13 probably until McAfee Knob. Should be a beautiful day. Just did a resupply at Four Pines Hostel, and now headed back on the trail to hit McAfee's Knob. Made it to McAfee Knob. Beautiful day, a little warm, but you can't get perfect weather. Just got about a 0.7 hike to the campsite where we'll be staying tonight. And I am currently making my dinner now. Good morning. Just left the Campbell shelter. Just camped outside the shelter. All these shelters around the Triple Crown area in Virginia potentially have Norovirus on the surfaces. So in an effort to stay healthy, we avoid the shelters in this area. Campbell shelter is just north of McAfee Knob. It's about 6:30 now. Beautiful weather again. And we are headed to Tinker Cliffs. That'll be the last stop on the Virginia Triple Crown. And then into Daleville, which will have a hotel for us. And we're gonna stop, eat some Mexican food, and drink margaritas. Sounds like a pretty solid day. We've got about 15 miles until Daleville, and only about 7 or 8 miles till Tinker Cliffs. So it should be a pretty solid day, and we'll see you there. Made it to Tinker Cliffs, marking the third and final stop in the Virginia Triple Crown. Little rain this morning, but no big deal. Only rained for about 45 minutes. Beautiful view. It is Friday, May 2nd. Officially getting back on trail after a zero yesterday. It was an unplanned zero. We got into town on Wednesday, ate some Mexican food, had some margaritas, resupplied at a Kroger, got back to the hotel, woke up Thursday morning, puking, and everything else that's involved with being sick and the stomach bug. So, feeling kind of weak still, but back on trail. Gonna do a short day today, just kind of get back into the feel of things. Didn't want to take a full zero, but we didn't get back on trail till about 11 o'clock. So, we'll probably do like a 5-mile day and see how that feels, and then keep going if we can. Good morning. Just left camp. Was feeling really crappy getting into camp. Basically just set up and went right to bed. Got about a 18-mile day to Middle Creek Campground where we have a package. Probably end up spending the night there because my tent is wet from last night's rain and it's supposed to rain again tonight. The campground has food and all the means to get back to normal after having the stomach bug for the last 2 days. Took some Imodium last night, so I'm finally able to keep some water down without just pooping it out. So that's been nice. But we'll see. There is a gap in about 12 miles that I could get off and do like a 7-mile shuttle ride to the campground, but I'll see how I'm feeling when I get there. Should be a fairly easy day, not a whole lot of incline or descent, but we'll see when I get there. But yeah, it's a beautiful morning, nice and cool, which is nice for not feeling well, but this is the Appalachian Trail. It's not supposed to be easy, and we'll get there one way or another. These deer just don't give a damn. Too used to people. So I'm starting to feel relatively normal. I still have no appetite, which is the worst part, for 2 reasons. That I have to carry all my resupplied food for the last 2 days without having to the benefit of eating it. So it's just been so heavy on my back, and I've got no way to get rid of any of the weight because I can't eat it. The other issue is that this belt doesn't get any tighter, and that's where you're supposed to carry all your weight, is right at your belly. And when my belly's empty, I can't really carry any weight with it. So it's all on my shoulders, full bag full of food, can't eat any of it, and it's kind of getting exhausting. But other than that, I'm starting to feel pretty good. Water is coming out of where it should be. Not to be too graphic, but I am retaining water in the way that I should. So that's good at least. But yeah, this damn hip belt just can't possibly get any tighter. Ugh. Another view. Woo. Hawk Tua, am I right? So it is official. I'm gonna get to this next gap where the trail magic is, and I'm going to offer them whatever sum of money they'll take to take me to the campground. I'm miserable. Just having a pack full of food that I can't even eat. The waist belt that I can't tighten any further to carry any of this weight. I got like 35 pounds on my lower back right now. Yeah, I will offer them whatever amount of money they need to take me to the campground. And then, if I really feel like it, I'll leave my backpack at the campground and hike back to the same trail magic tomorrow. And maybe they'll give me a ride back. But if not, I'm gonna have to cut out 8 miles of the trail and just say screw it. Being sick on trail has been awful and expensive, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to avoid it happening ever again. And I thought that I did a really good job about avoiding it the first time. I'm gonna treat this thing like it's COVID and just wear a mask and gloves everywhere out here. Golly. I got about half a mile to the next gap where the trail magic is, and then I'll sit there for as long as it takes until I can find a ride. Golly. It's been a pretty miserable day, but it's all in good fun, right? Well, we made it. It's a pretty sweet little room. But yeah, I am going to pass out here for the rest of the day and take it easy tomorrow probably too. It is Sunday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, if you will. Leaving the campground now, Middle Creek Campground. Got about a 1.5 mile road walk back to the trail. And then I'm just gonna do like 5 miles. Got here yesterday and took a really easy day today. It's about 4:30 right now, so it's already pretty late in the day.
Are you doing the whole thing?
I sure am, yep.
You need a break? You need something? A Gatorade or anything?
No, that's okay, thank you though.
You're doing the whole Appalachian Trail.
Yeah,
How many?
it's just got caught up with those guys. Everybody's excited to hear that you're doing the Appalachian Trail. So yeah, leaving the campground pretty late. It's about 4:30 right now. Just gonna do about 5 miles to the first shelter up the trail here. And yeah, making a fairly easy day. Finally starting to feel pretty well. I had a goal of taking 1 poop, eating 2,500 calories, and drinking 1.5 gallons of water. And I did all 3 of those things. So that feels pretty good. Excited to get back on trail now. I should also mention that I am officially skipping 8.2 miles of the trail. You can call me a cheater. You can call me whatever names you want. Not a through hiker. That's okay. I'll skip my 8.2 miles, and I'll probably think about it forever. But no, I don't know. Maybe I'll come back down and finish it in the next 12 months or something to officially call it a through hike. But truly not that worried about it. 8.2 miles because of being very sick and just really wanting to stay on trail and not wanting to kill myself. If 8.2 miles is what makes me not a through hiker, then that's fine. Very rarely do you get a shelter all by yourself. This one's huge too. It is Monday, the 5th of May. Making my way out of camp about 6:30. Thought I had that shelter to myself, but a dude showed up shortly after I got there who has been living in the shelter for at least a few days. Homeless people are fairly common out here. They find a nice little shelter and they stock up for the next few days until they get moving again. But dude had like no food, no water, but whatever. All in good fun. But yeah, doing about a 22-mile day maybe to meet back up with Critter. Moose is not gonna do anything close to a 20 for a little while, which is totally fair. Try to heal up the body a little bit. So I'm just gonna go as far as I can. I have a good long day of fairly good weather ahead, so I should be able to do a 20 no matter what, but we'll see. Depends how I'm feeling. I will see you on the trail. Well, took a big long lunch back there, sat for a pretty long time, and ate about 1,000 calories, so that was awesome. That was the first time I've really been able to eat a lot since being sick. Ran into Critter, and she's not gonna make it to the shelter that we planned on meeting at, so that makes me feel a little off the hook for doing a 22-mile day. It's almost 2 o'clock now, so I'm just gonna go till I feel tired. And Moose and Critter don't have to go into this town coming up, Glasgow, to resupply, but I do. So I only need like 2 days worth of food. So I'm gonna try to get pretty close to that town and then hitch a ride tomorrow morning and then get out of town by the afternoon and do a short day. And probably meet up with both of them tomorrow. That is the current plan, but plans are always changing out here. Good morning. It is Tuesday, May 6th. Made it a little shy of my original marker that I planned on yesterday. Planned on doing about 22, ended up doing about 17, which means that I have 7.5 miles to get to Glasgow. I have a shuttle booked for 9 a.m. It's about 6:30 right now. So I definitely have to move at a pretty decent pace to get down there, but kind of a chilly morning, but it's a beautiful view. Woke up at camp about 5:30 and headed out about 6:15, so making good time so far. Should make it to the bridge no problem for my shuttle. And then into Glasgow for a small resupply, and then we'll see what time I get out of Glasgow. Then I'll probably do another like 15 in the afternoon. But we'll see. Again, plans always change. Walking down the James River footbridge. So I went into Glasgow to grab some food, and the whole way there, shuttle driver's like, oh, it's super easy to hitch around here. I've heard from like multiple hikers how easy it is to hitch. I've had about 20 cars pass me, thumb out, nothing in their cars, nobody's picking me up. Well, after walking for about a mile and a half, old Brenda, shout out Brenda, gave me a ride. It's about a 5-mile ride back to the footbridge, and I'm back on the trail now. Not exactly sure how far I'll go. It's about 10.5 to the next shelter, but I might go past that. It's about 11 o'clock now, so I've got plenty of time. So it's about 5 o'clock now, about 2.5 miles-ish from the shelter, which will make for about an 18-mile day. I may push past the shelter to the 800-mile mark, which is about a mile and a half past that. That'll put me around 6:30, so I'm gonna see if Critter wants to do that or not. If she wants to push past, then I'll probably do that with her. Otherwise, it'll be a shelter night. Either way, probably gonna stay in the tent to be safe. But yeah, been a beautiful day. Views all around, and really good weather. And I was able to get in and out of Glasgow fairly quick and easy, so that was good too. Back to normal. Love that. Good morning. Late start today. It's about 9:15 already. Didn't leave Punch Bowl shelter till about 8:30. So yeah, we did end up just staying at the shelter last night. It would have been about 6:30 by the time we got to this point. And this point is mile marker 800. So that officially does it for miles 700 to 800. It's been a rough stretch. We did the Virginia Triple Crown. We got Norovirus in a hotel. We recovered for about 4 days, and now we're finally getting back into the swing of things. So looking forward, moving on. 800 to 900 will be much better than 700 to 800. But yeah, stay tuned.